you so much for coming today, my good friends. So as you can see, we got both cats here. One is male and the other one is female from the other group. So this is what we will be doing today. We will be basically dissecting, starting with the clavotrapezius here, where you have trapezius, clavotrapezius, trapezius, where you have the levatoscapulae going underneath it. So that's where we have to identify that location first, because that's where we start working first, okay? Because you must dissect, separate this trapezius, uh, before, so that you can avoid cutting this levatoscapulae. The name says what it does, which elevates the scapula like that. Okay, so that's that. So you guys are lucky to see the one that's already done. So when we do that, we go all the way down, and over here, it will the trapezius will become the clavobrachialis or clavodeltoid. Okay, all right, and at that junction, it's going to have a lot of connective tissue anchoring it onto the deltoid. Okay, um, so that's what we do. Okay, so I put this aside, and so this is what we're doing today. Oh my God, they're tangled, legs tangled up. Okay, so in our case, first of all, by the way, you must identify. Okay, where I got it. This side where they did an infusion, correct? It's gonna be on one of the abdominal sides, and you wanna dissect the other side. You see what I'm saying, my good friends? Because we want to leave one side intact as a reference. So you know what I'm saying? So you can see what it is unmessed with. Okay? You see, my good friends? So that's one of the things you do. So make sure you identify this side first, where this, sometimes it will have sutures on there. Or sometimes staples even. Okay, so identify that side and then do the other side. So we're doing this side because this is on that side. You understand? So that when we do the abdominal muscle dissection, it's not going to be in our way. See what I'm saying? My good friends, is that cool? So that's number one. Number two, identify the levatoscapulae. Okay, over here. So guess where I'm going to start? I'm going to start dissecting here, and you're using the blunt probe, round end scissors or blunt scissors, okay, and then a forceps. This is also blunt forceps. It's not cut. It doesn't have sharp ends. I'd like to see one that has more square edges than this. I borrowed yours. I'm gonna give it back. Okay. So anyway, it's almost the same as this, but okay. This is what we use as well, forceps. Okay. So the first thing I wanna do, like I say, is kind of, my good friend. Are you just joining us, right? Okay, so you missed that exam, so you're gonna have to do that. So do you see how it's already? Because I skinned this cat, so most of the connective tissue has been removed. So, but your cats, because somebody else skinned them, they're gonna have all sorts of connective tissue. They're gonna look, in fact, whitish in color. You know what I'm saying? Because of the connective. You see how mine is looking tan? Because I really removed the connective tissue, so it's gonna be easier. So if you cannot locate where this levatoscapulae is, you want to remove some of that connective tissue, and I'll kind of show you how, and I'll come and help each of you. Don't just go blindly. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, because then probably mess it up. Okay, so there is the deal. So I got that. So I got lucky that mine is kind of see the levatoscapulae here. It's coming under like that. So I work on that first. Sometimes I can get my sharpened scissors and sparingly use it to kind of gain access there first. You know what I'm saying? Like this. You know what I'm saying? And then I can come here and do this. You see what I'm saying? And then, my good friends, when I'm making cuts, okay, I'm having my blunt end towards the cat like this. But I'm making small cuts at a time, okay? If you make large cuts, what is liable to happen? If you are making a mistake, it's going to be magnified. It's going to be a large mistake. But if I'm making small cuts at a time, if I was making a mistake, it's going to be a small mistake. Probably hardly noticeable. Okay, so don't be cutting like you're cutting a piece of cloth. You know what I mean? Don't do that. not be good for you. Okay, my good friends. So this I'll be talk. You must always make sure the blunt end is towards the cat. Okay, I'll always uh, the dissection skills exam, practical exam at the end is gonna be you guys just basically showing me your cats, and I give points out of 10. 10 of them will be for the quality of the dissection, and 10 of them will be for how far along you went. Because some people will do slowly, so they do a perfect job, and that's not how you want to do things, okay? Because the patient might die if you're doing surgery, even though you're perfect, but the patient will die. So you don't want that. So you must do things efficiently and properly at the same time. That's what happens in the real world when you're the physician doing the surgery. So that's what we try to make sure you have those skills before you go out. You understand? So there is that. So my good friends. So we are doing this. So do you see? I made sure that I identified these locations. So and you can see these cobwebs like things. That's the connective tissue. It means you are really separating the muscles properly. So you want to see that. Okay. It's like early Halloween for you guys. Okay. So you want to see that. So there is that. Okay. So there's that. And if it's a male cat, the connective tissue is tough. So, but do you see how if I spread it out, I'm able to see. And obviously you want to make sure the blood vessels remain intact. You understand? The blood vessels. So, because we're gonna use the same cats to do the, you know what I'm saying? The circulatory system at the end. Okay. So you can see my levator scapula is here. So that's where you start, my good friends. And then you want to make sure here there's kind of like a little bit of connective tissue there. It's tough. Like here is I'm approaching this sort of demarcation. You can see the line here between the trapezius, and the deltoid. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be tough connective tissue there. Okay, so I'm going to go up a little bit. Okay, so and you can see my line is going up here. So here you might cut a little bit through the muscle, but you're cutting connective tissue, and here, when you get here, you cut down here, you might cut the muscle a little bit here, but it's only for a little bit, and then here you get the connective tissue, which is this, then we cut through the connective tissue, and then we come down here, then we go over here. So in the exam, the dissection skills exam, I'll say, what muscle that's on either side of the back that has a connective tissue in the middle, you'd say acromiotrapezius, trapezius. Okay, because there's another one, acromiotrapezius, trapezius on the other side, and it's got this. You understand? Connective tissue in the middle. Okay, my good friends? And then here, you must dissect the clavotrapezius. I would say, what muscle must you avoid cutting when you are dissecting the clavotrapezius, trapezius? And you say, levator scapulae, levator scapulae. You understand? Okay, what muscle must you dissect first before you go to the latissimus dorsi? It's going to be the latissimus dorsi, because it's the same name in the human. Okay, is this spinotrapezius trapezius? Because you see how this spinotrapezius is covering part of the latissimus dorsi, so you don't want to just cut across here, then you'll be cutting across that. See, this is a boob I had when I dissected this. Okay, so those things are coming in next exam, okay, which is next week, the dissection skills exam. It's like the theory of the, you see what I'm saying? Of the dissection, and this is the practical. It is at the end, when I will be, you see, if it's connective tissue, I can cut away, no worries, because I know that I'm not cutting through the muscle. Do you see how I stretch it a little bit, and the white becomes more prominent with the tan muscles? So I'm making sure I'm not cutting the muscles. Do you understand? And you can see the cobwebs here. Okay. Do you see the cobwebs between the clavotrapezius, trapezius, and the levator scapulae, levator scapulae. That means I did a good, you know what I'm saying, separation here. You see, and you avoid to use the word cutting, because then cutting, it means you're cutting through the muscle. We're not doing that. We're just separating the muscles. We're not cutting through. There's one muscle that I will have you cut, which is this, the triceps brachii lateral head, triceps brachii lateral head, and then that's when we actually see a straight cut through it, because then that's how we get to see the triceps brachii medial head, triceps brachii medial head, which is hidden deep to the lateral head of the triceps brachii. You understand, my good friends? Thank you. Okay, so there's that. So here, remember, I said you may end up sort of cutting through the muscle a little bit because you've got to go here. Okay, so but as long as I'm going through the, the deal, that line, that particular line, I'm okay. Okay, and then here, okay, so I did that. And some of this connective tissue may be tough, so you could cut through it because you might tear the muscle with it. Oh, I want it to be on this side like that. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how I'm doing that? Okay, so I did that. So I'll make sure that my cut is going to be all the way to the middle, like that. Okay, so then here, do you see the connective tissue? And then I can come here to the back. Okay, this is sort of, it's slippery. Okay, very good. Okay, so my good friends, so then I'm gonna cut kind of in the middle of this a little bit like that, and then I am gonna be going like this, you know what I'm saying, with an upward forward motion, and then again close your scissors to kind of sort of separate it a little bit here. Okay, and then I'm cutting, okay. So here, so I'm gonna do that. Remember I said, because there's gonna be muscle here, so the muscle kind of starts here, and then we kind of have to cut through that. Okay, but we're kind of in the middle where the connective tissue is, right? Okay, and then we do that. So you see what I'm saying? So we go ding. Okay, then we peel it off like a banana. Do you see the cobwebs? I like bananas. Bing. So we get that. Bing, bing, bing. And we're in good shape right about now. So we cut this connective tissue over here to the middle. Okay, my camera is on. You understand? Like that. And then do you see how here it's all teed up for me? Like a golf ball. You see what I'm saying? I go bing like that. I cut. You know what I'm saying? But you must go here first, okay? I see some students starting over here. I'm like, no, man, to start over here. You want to make sure that you didn't cut through the levator scapulae, you understand? You want to start here, then you could go over there, okay? Once it's free. And then, because now I want to free this up a little bit, now I'm doing here. You see, you must do this in the exact order that I'm doing it. That's how you must dissect this cat, you understand? Bing, 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 bing. Okay, my good friends, do you see how? If you follow the procedure, it's real easy. But if you try to just do like shortcuts and so forth, you see, I'm patient about it. But looky here, I was kind of stuck here for a while, but all of a sudden it's like opening up. You understand? But only if you're patient. Okay. But here, wherever you have like muscles meeting up a lot, like here, you see, you got the spinodeltoid, you got the acromiotrapezius here, and then trapezius, and then you got the spinotrapezius. So it's going to be connected with a very tough connective tissue right on this corner. You understand? Because there's a lot of muscles meeting together like that. You understand? So you want to be careful there, because then you're liable to then do what now? Cut through muscle, and you don't want to do that. You know. So I go here. I make sure I'm over here, and I'm doing my deal here. Okay. Put that down. Okay. So, and again, remember, this is the latissimus dorsi. Latissimus dorsi is underneath this trapezius. You understand? So you're doing this, my good friends. You're doing that. It's all cool like that. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm making sure that I'm not cutting close to the muscle, I'm leaving a bit of connective tissue there. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to do that. You know, you don't want to. You see what I'm saying? So I do that, and then once I see my connective tissue, see how when I spread it out, it becomes more white. I can really see where the muscle ends, and I keep doing that. Do you see? You see my my latissimus dorsi underneath here. I'm making sure I'm not cutting through that. I'm only cutting through the connective tissue, and you can already see the cobwebs too. You understand? You know, so that's why I'm using my probe like this, and then I do that, you know, and I'm patient about it, okay, and then I'm cutting away like that, you know. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how I'm just doing this? You know, now it's like easy, you know, because you know I've done my homework. You see all the connective tissue here. You see what I'm saying? Separating the latissimus dorsi from that. You see what I'm saying? Bing, bumping, bumping, bumping. Do you see all the cobwebs? Do you see it? You see how the latissimus dorsi is underneath right here? Because if I had cut, remember, if I had cut like this, I would have cut through that, and you don't want to do that. You understand, my good friends? Is that cool? Mm-hmm. Okay, my good friends. Okay, my good friends. You guys had your lunch, right? You're not like me who didn't. I want to see more energy from you guys. Because I'm the one who's supposed to be. Isn't that so correct? Right? I'm the one who's supposed to have no energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even eat breakfast for that matter. I don't eat breakfast. You know? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not hungry in the morning. So the later I eat lunch, I'll still be fasting. I haven't broken my fast yet. Okay, very good. So we're doing that, and I'm making sure, and again, you see, this is a very thin muscle, so if you're going to be careless about it, you're going to tear through it, you understand? So you don't want to do that, okay? So if the connective tissue seems tough a little bit, you could, once you open it up, you could cut it off, slice it off like this. You know what I'm saying, my good friends? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, okay, okay. You see, but if you see the cobwebs, you are doing good. Okay, these are connective tissue. Don't call them cobwebs in the exam. Okay, please. Okay, it just looks like cobwebs.